That teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will include. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will include. They gave leadership to our foreparents and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own to make ourselves free men. Our great scholars have advanced through the colleges and universities have thrown away the blessed record. Babylon did it. Assyria did it. France under Napoleon did it. Germany under Prince von Bismarck did it. England under America under George Washington did it. Africa with 400 million black people can do it.
Yes, once again, we're very thankful for your presence with us. Now we're into the shock of the hour. I mean, this is a serious thing we're going to really touch upon now. This is really, I mean, what you call disgusting, I would say, you know. We're talking about the dangers of bleaching, the dangers of skin bleaching. We're talking about the black skin specifically, you know. Well, I'm going to begin here by just reading an article that came out of a Guyanese newspaper, the Guyana Chronicle. And it says here, as trends go, it doesn't take long before one that has taken root elsewhere in the Western Hemisphere comes home to roost in Guyana. A somewhat disturbing one is the increasingly widespread practice of skin bleaching, as we are bombarded with lightening celebrities and cheap creams on the shelves. For clarification, we are not talking about using a bit of ambi on the neck, underarms, or other dark areas here and there, but more about the kind of fervent whole body bleaching that may have adopted to change their, that many have adopted to change their complexion entirely. How common is this practice? You have only to look around at friends, co-workers, family members, and random persons in the street. This subject is a controversial one, and this article could delve into colonialism, hear that, colonialism, shadeism, colorism, and a variety of isms as awkward questions about identity and race are raised. But the motive here is not to examine why we are a society, why we as a society even want to lighten our skin in the first place, but instead to show how dangerous this practice is. It is now known that chemical bleaching can lead to various skin and health conditions, which include permanent skin bleaching, thinning of skin, uneven color loss, leading to a blotchy appearance, redness, and intense irritation, dark gray spots, skin cancer, acne, increase in appetite, and weight gain, osteoporosis, neurological and kidney damage due to high level of mercury used in the creams, psychiatric disorders, asthma, liver damage, and severe birth defects in children born to mothers who abuse certain chemicals. And then I think he goes into something with Vybz Kartel and these different things. This is a trend that is, as it refers to it as a trend, this is a trend that you're seeing internationally. This is a trend obviously here in Guyana now. Not here, I'm not in Guyana, I'm in Antigua, but we're reading from the Guyana Chronicle. So there in Guyana, I should say then, you have that trend there of the bleaching taken up. I think we all know that it is strong work in Jamaica as far as the bleaching of the skin, and also on the African continent, Nigeria, Ghana, the whole Senegal, the bleaching epidemic really is strong. And of course, the United States of America. I want us to listen to this as we are speaking of the African country. The African countries, the whole aspect of bleaching in West Africa, in Ghana, as I said, the whole aspect of bleaching in general. Follow this.
Did you know that indulgence in skin bleaching over a long period can expose one to diseases such as glaucoma, hypertension, diabetes, and kidney malfunction? If not, then join us on a journey through some of the dire health implications of skin bleaching.
Skin bleaching is the use of homemade cosmetic or dermatological products to remove melanin from the skin over a period of time. Melanin is the main substance that gives the skin its color. It helps to protect the skin from the damaging effects of sunlight, aging, and skin cancer. The process, which is also known as skin whitening, skin lightening, or skin toning, is not new as it dates back into centuries. But some alarming effects discovered in recent times indicate that the practice can even cause death. Products mostly used are pomades, soaps, and oils, which contain ingredients such as hydroquinone, mercury compounds, and potent steroids. Also, some homemade bleaching products include toothpaste, hair relaxer, lime, milk, curry powder, and chalk. It is quite easy to identify a person who bleaches. There are certain parts of the body which are easy to bleach, but others, like the knuckles, knees, and elbows, are difficult to bleach, and so no matter how well the bleach works, those parts will always give a person away. Known side effects of bleaching include black pigmentation, popularly known as nesuobeng, thin sensitive skin, and stretch marks which become bigger with time due to the weakening of the skin's elastic tissues. But experts say there are more. According to a renowned dermatologist, Professor Edmund Daly, when melanin is removed from the skin, it becomes similar to that of an albino. Thus, one becomes more susceptible to various diseases.
If you see our brothers who don't have the pigment, the albinos, you find on the market, you will look even on their scalps. You see that they have sores on those scalps there, and so they have pigmented areas called keratosis and so forth. And those ulcers or ulcerations you see on the scalp, actually, they are cancers. We call them squamous cell carcinomas. And so that is a clear-cut demonstration that if you remove that pigment, which protects us against the sun rays, you are leaving your skin liable to the formation of cancers. These steroid creams, when you apply them on large surface areas, they are absorbed into the bloodstream, and then you see that they can give rise to diabetes.
In gathering shots for the story, we realized that all cosmetic shops we visited had bleaching products. While some had bleaching explicitly written on them, others also came in a disguised form, bearing inscriptions such as fading, toning, maintaining cream, and others. Though it is mostly dark people who bleach, it is interesting to also note that some people who are naturally light-skinned also bleach to become lighter. And don't be deceived, men also bleach. During our survey, it was observed that people who engage in the act spend not less than 30 minutes on cleansing and creaming after bathing. The new trend now is the taking of drugs, like the newly introduced cosmetic pill glutathione. It is believed that this pill gives an even and lighter complexion. The drug is said to suppress the natural production of melanin by the body, thereby interrupting natural function of melanin in the body.
Suppress the natural growth of melanin in the body. So, as I said, we're talking now in West Africa and Ghana, and the situation directly on the ground. And we're basically looking at this from a medical standpoint, a health standpoint, and as a health issue, really. And as we were reading in the documentary that we brought forth, or the document, I should say, as we brought forth, and basically what you heard from the reporter there from the television program is basically the same thing. You know, you have problems within the whole aspect. Well, he was speaking about hepatitis and these different things. Of course, redness and intense irritation and skin cancer and acne and, as I said, weight gain and osteoporosis and neurological and kidney damage because of the high level of mercury in some of the creams and psychiatric disorder, asthma, liver damage, severe birth defects, and the list goes on and on and on. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the bleaching of the skin. And as was said also, you could also easily tell when people are doing this, when people are bleaching, because they have parts on your body now, like the knuckles and the ankles and the knee, where you could still see the spot and the gathering of strong melanated pigment, the pigment itself, which is melanin. You see the dark spots then, you know. So this is showing you now that the person that is bleaching away their melanin and the whole power of their skin and weakening the elasticity of the skin as well, creating stretch marks when in some cases they're not even getting fat, you know, and leaving yourself now open to the same UV rays. You don't really need no skin cream. You naturally have the natural skin cream, the melanin. So the UV rays and you and rays are your friend. It's raw. So when you lose now that whole pigmentation now in your skin, you almost become the enemy of the sun. Okay? So this is a very serious thing that is taking place here, and it's rampant in our communities. Now I also want us to listen to this report. This one is actually coming out of Uganda. So, you know, just going across basically the world from Guyana to Ghana to Uganda. Let's take a listen to this one.
Research on Africa and Asia shows that women especially are willing to apply harsh cosmetics on their skin in form of soaps, creams, and even pills and injections to lighten their skins to their desired lightness. But the quest for beauty often comes with a price to pay, a dark one at that.
A dark one at that. Imagine that.
I use different products on my skin, and which makes it to look like this.
One could develop skin cancer as a result of bleaching due to the deposits of deadly toxics of mercury and hydroquinone found in many of these bleaching agents.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Bleaching also causes discoloration of skin tissues, leaving one's skin weak, spotted with marks, and prone to quick aging due to the lack of enough melanin in one's skin.
In the long run, due to the fact that the rays now go through your skin without anything preventing them to go through, you'll have premature aging, you'll have increased chances of cancer, and overall it isn't nice. And actually even many times it doesn't seem to be effective. We've seen women who bleach, but then their fingers stay a little dark. So
to repair damaged skin caused by bleaching, discontinue use of bleaching products and opt for natural skin remedies for brightening the skin like yogurt, turmeric, and lemon instead of cosmetics. One should also consult with a dermatologist as they are trained to diagnose and treat conditions affecting the skin.
The brother that was speaking before, he specifically was a dermatologist. All right. Now, this is another situation. What do we have here? This is a sister from Somalia now. And this is going to take the discussion now into, you know, I guess where we want it to go, and we'll just put everything together. Take a listen to this now.
Tanning beds are a multi-billion-dollar business in America, an obsession of getting that sun-kissed glow. But there's another pressure damaging women's self-esteem: skin bleaching. Bleaching creams are sold from beauty stores to Walmart and Walgreens. And in countries outside the US, Fair and Lovely bleaching cream ads glamorize fairer skin.
This one though, if you notice, this one began, speaking about their products out there damaging the skin. No, they didn't say that. She said their products out there, finds trends that are damaging the self-esteem of women. Interesting. Let's hear some more of this.
The Ivory Coast banned bleaching creams this year due to health concerns. Still, many women continue to use them. Despite this cultural pressure to bleach skin, many women like Iman Mohammed have taken a stand against this trend. Iman is a Sudanese college student living in Colorado.
Sudanese.
She gives an insider look on this taboo topic. While Iman exudes confidence, it's difficult to imagine that she once wished she had lighter skin when she lived in Sudan. The pressure to bleach her skin started when she was just 8 years old.
There's a lot of Indian products coming from the market for skin lightening. There's even a cultural aspect of it, of where women, before they get married, they don't go outside. They use skin cream to be beautiful for their wedding day, to be lighter. Before I came to America, so now I would see women applying the creams and go, I can't wait till I can do that too. So I can be pretty like my mom, I could be pretty like my auntie, my grandma. I felt guilty when with family, we were getting ready for a wedding or a party or something. We would look forward to the results, but I felt like I was abandoning who I am or what I was born with. But at the same time, you have society, commercials telling you this is what is beautiful.
Even in the US, that pressure did not go away.
There was times in high school when, even up to like freshman year of college, where I would walk into a room full of like pre-health students, being the only woman of color there and looking at my skin and wishing it was lighter.
Then on a trip back to Sudan, she realized a trend between cultures.
Going back to Sudan to visit kind of opened my eyes to that, because I use them too. Until I came here and see people in California going tanning, I wonder, I'm here trying to get lighter, but there's people who are tanning, kind of this tag game where people want to be one another, but at the same time don't acknowledge the strength that we each have.
Also in the fight to deter youth from using these products is Tamara Rones, an ethnic studies professor at East High School.
Part of the high usage is they just don't know what it can do to you. As colonial nations, or historically colonial nations, psychologically they have this belief that they need to meet that standard of beauty that has been set by their colonial oppressors. They've been taught to believe that they are less than and that they are deficient and that they are not attractive, which is really just heartbreaking. There's no win in this.
So what do young women risk when they use these chemicals? Denver Medical Center's chief dermatologist, Dr. De La Valle, says that hydroquinone is a main ingredient in many over-the-counter creams in the U.S. Yeah. When hydroquinone is used in high concentration over a long period of time, it may cause ochronosis, which is a darkening of the skin. Another bleaching agent is steroids, which are often used to decrease skin inflammatory responses in diseases like psoriasis or eczema.
Here in the U.S., we often have prescriptions for high potency, very strong topical steroids. Abroad, that's not always the case, and they can appear in skin creams without even being listed in them sometimes.
All right. You know where we are here? We're at the black doll and the white doll. That's where we are at this moment here. I know we began speaking of the whole medical aspect of this and the dangers of it, but now we have come, as they would say, full circle. It's the black doll and the white doll syndrome taking place. Even the school teacher that spoke a moment ago before the doctor, she clearly showed you this is something that is well connected to our enslaved past, as you would call it, from the colonializers then. You must understand this is something that is well embedded even in the system of education. You may say, oh no, It is an educational system that taught the young girl to choose the white doll over the black doll. It is not by chance. It is not in her and you need to beat it out. In fact, it's naturally in her to love herself. But as the sister from the Sudan, they have some black people in the Sudan. As the sister from the Sudan said, she grew up in a culture where she saw her aunties and her mother and the women of the order that they're keeping up, you know, basically bleaching themselves and making themselves lighter. And you would be surprised, even though I'm not for that at all, that is still a different level than what is taking place today, because these products, they're getting worse and worse. The chemicals are getting stronger and stronger. And even though they are cheap and on almost every shelf, this is what is being said here. Even when you can't afford it, you will go and take some bleach, you know, that you use to bleach your white clothes. Go and take some blue that you use to do the same. And some whatever else they use, and they put it on their face, just you know, curry, and they put it on their face and wash their skin with it so they could be paler, so they could be lighter. And I know many strong black sisters that are very much against the bleaching, and they come down hard on their sisters for bleaching, but in many cases they're here, it's perm. Now, you see, because of the culture that we've been cultured, you know, it just appears as if the skin bleaching is worse than the hair straightening. And of course you would say, of course it is. Don't you know what that does to your skin? And the epidermis and the dermis, it's cancerous. I understand. But remember, we did an episode on the YouTube dealing directly with good hair, bad hair, and the power of the hair and how you destroy the hair when you straighten it out, from the hot comb to the chemicals. Remember, we showed you, we utilized and referenced the documentary that was done by brother Chris Rock, and I'm sure many of you have seen that documentary when the professor, or the chemist, pardon me, well, he may have been a professor, I can't remember, but he took the cans, the soda cans, and placed it in the chemical that is used to straighten your hair. And just after a few hours, you know, the whole can gone, disintegrated, disappear. You know, he put a few drops of the same hydroxide chemical on a piece of chicken breast, I think it was, and it just bore a hole right through. And yet still that is maybe supposedly pacified into a cream to put into the hair of the black woman, and even pacified maybe a little bit more as kitty perm. Yeah, it's not funny to put into the hair of a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, as you heard on the documentary for Chris Rock. So the thing has gotten so savage now. It's not no natural process. You have to carry yourself through so much pain to get rid of your natural hair, to kill the antennas that are linked in the spiral form and connected to your ancestors' frequency and the frequency of other things. You're going to kill it, straighten it out, burn it. And of course you still have your crown chakra that is connected too, even if your head is bald. But then again, all of the chemical that you're putting in it, I don't think they have a drop or two in your shampoo, you know, because they know your crown chakra is working. But the point I'm making here now, and it's here is the point, that when a woman straightens her hair, when a woman takes the natural kink out of her hair And some of us, well, not us, but some sisters have been straightening the hair for so long, since they've been 3, that they can't even remember ever having so-called natural hair. They can't even remember having to plait their afro. They can't remember that, because they've been frying their hair since they've been 3. So when you with your flowing long hair, which doesn't really, move with the wind like the Europeans' hair, like the white people's hair, when the breeze blows, it flows around the face and all of that, you got to work hard to do that. And all these different products and all of these different things. You know for a fact that in the early 60s, 70s, 80s, they were really getting ready to work on the black woman, man. This is the whole Willie Lynch letter stuff coming out again. We just did a program dealing with the breaking of the black woman, which will eventually break the black family. And even I can remember as a child, because remember my old grand aunts and grandmothers and the old people I came and met, and you see nobody with no perm, nobody with no perm. Even my mother, when I came in, although it was very little, I didn't come into a perm world. But then all of a sudden, you were asked by the beautiful commercial that you saw on the television to relax your hair. Just relax, it's all right. The war is over. Relax your hair, just relax. Keep quiet. Make it flow, make it run down. This is a serious thing. And yes, we're speaking of the dangers of the chemical, but I'm really speaking of the dangers of the mind, the dangers of the thinking. You want to look like your oppressor. I mean, that's it is, and it is your oppressor. It is your oppressor that has formulated that mind frame in you to look like him and her. In this case, to look like her. And then you're going to say, oh, all white people are not of our oppressor. I never said so. I said your oppressor is white. That's what I know for sure. So when your oppressor oppressed you, remember your Christ became the color of the oppressor. Your God became the color of your oppressor. In fact, your Unkulunkulu and your Shango and your who else we have here? And your Ptah and your Aman-Ra, they all became God. That's what happened. God took the place of all of that. And God is just naturally the same lineage of your oppressor. And you could argue all you want, if we are real serious, I could show you a picture of God, Oden is God. That is God. Ain't nobody else carried the name God before Oden. That's his name. That's his name. The killers just sat around the table and said, hey, listen, we're enslaving these niggers here. And we need a new name for all these fancy names I hear them talking about. We don't want no Amen-Ra. We need a new name. We need a new name. So we need to pick one of the names from our characters. What about Jason? Nah, Zeus. We kind of using that already, but in a kind of different form. Okay. What about Godin? Oh, yeah. But you see, the Norse people that refer to him as Odin, they drop the A-N and they call him God. That sounds good. It's nice, it's neat, it's simple. Let's forget about the Elohim stuff and the Yahweh stuff. That's too long and all of that confusion. Let's just use God. God is good. Odin, that's the name we're going to use now, here in the 15th century. Hear me good? That's the name we're going to use now. I'm talking about the dangers of skin bleaching. I ain't off the topic. That's the name we're going to use now. And just bring the image one time. Let's give them the whole package. Let's just change the whole thing. And obviously God is God. And Odin, long flowing hair, and Jesus, and everybody looks, European. Oh, I wish I was, like them. Me and my hard hair. So when we were young and they were combing our hairs, oh my, one thing, you have bad hair. You have bad hair. Because the comb cannot get through, it was not supposed to get through. You have bad hair, that's the best hair. Your mother combed, I'm not directly speaking of mine, but your mother combing your hair and she has perm hair and you're breaking the comb. I broke some comb, some teeth in the comb in my days. Yeah. Bling, 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 bling. Combing your hair and bling, 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 bling. Oh, you have bad hair. Oh my. And she's the one with the bad hair. Because her good hair has been fried. And straightened out and no elements now connecting to her anymore. As I said, give thanks for the crown chakra, but then the chemicals now. That's what the killer saw. The killer said, man, the hot iron isn't good enough. We need to damage the crown chakra as well. Because even if she's bald-headed and he bald-headed, still they're still connecting somehow. Yeah, this is a serious thing. So I'm trying to show you, in the midst of damaging you health-wise, in the midst of damaging you psychologically, you have lost your consciousness. They made you literally want to be like them. That is the science taking place here. So whether you agree with me or not, obviously that is why the media cranks up. Television cranks up. The image is now out there. That's what it is. They give you the image. So from a child you see the image, and this is what I'm supposed to look like. Whether they give you Wonder Woman or whatever they give you, they just give you something to say, wow, I want to be like her. The full package. You want to dress like her, you want to look like her, so they just confuse our woman. So now when I can consider, even now at my age, and can reminisce on where I am coming from as a child, the woman is totally different. The woman is totally different. The man too. Okay, it's not woman we're talking about alone, But since we brought in the breaking of the woman, because enough man bleach the skin, Enough a man bleach the skin, and trust me, many times I see I wonder if it's Vybz Kartel escape or something, Enough a man bleaching. The same confusion again. You do not love your black self. Nobody, I don't care who you are, you cannot tell me you love your black self and you bleaching your skin. And you're straightening your hair. I know, because if you remember, I said a few minutes ago, I know a lot of strong black sisters. So don't get me wrong, that have their hair perm. Strong black sisters. But you see that perm hair culture, it is deep. It's deeper in us as a people than the bleaching culture. So you may tend to scorn the bleaching culture. But the same psychological output is, I want to look like my oppressor. I do not like how God has created me. Well, I love how I was created by all those names I called before. By the Asar, yeah. By the Mem, by the Aset, the Mother, Father, Creator. So not only do I want to stay that way, I want to advance upon it now. Locks me up. Leave my beard. Let it alone. Why would I shave off my eyebrows and then try to draw it back? That's a disrespect. And even that now, you see, I'm taking this on different levels. I'm not here to beat up no one. This is different levels. In the same way that your hair on your head connects, and the hair under your arms and everywhere else that you have here is for a reason, Do you know that you should exercise the whole concept of sunbathing? I ain't telling you to strip and go nowhere, but you see, that's the problem. We're so far away from who we are. We're so, clumped up. We should live together, but not in them tenement yard. You're supposed to have a free space. that you could strip your clothes and sunbathe, because everywhere on your physical goodie that they call a body that has hair should receive sun naturally. We shave everything and cut off everything and then leave a little bit so we can sew in some fake Indian hair coming from India that people shave off and sacrifice to gods. Imagine that. You can't be going to no church. You go in the church, you see a lot of the sisters with their weave and their wigs. Weave and wigs that have been sacrificed to Brahma and Buddha. And some of them, they feel it too holy. Nothing wrong, be holy. Of course. But you gotta be humble with the holiness. If you're that holy, well, you should not have no weave in your head that was sacrificed to Brahma and to the Buddha. I ain't lying, you know that. Them Indian hair, how you think they get them? Some of them is people they kidnap and chop off the hair and so. What you think going on in the world? But that's the next level altogether. But we're still coming down and homing into the point that you are not totally pleased. I'm going to try to temper the language here. You're not totally satisfied with how you have been formulated. So you're going to straighten the hair and bleach your skin. In the process, damaging yourself tremendously. Well, we all have to die, you know. This ain't about dying. This is about living a miserable life. You see the amount of diseases and sicknesses that can come upon you because of this sort of act. You may really wish you were dead after, you get the full blast of the skin cancer and many ones. You could see them with the acne and these little spots of melanin all over their face. And to be honest, I don't see, it doesn't look good. It looks like you're becoming a ghost, you know. There's a brethren of mine, a young brethren of mine, just come out of their secondary school and all of that. And he was doing the same old thing, bleaching up his face. Just the other day, I see he stopped and he looked so beautiful again. He looked so beautiful. Oh my, in comparison to what I saw was going off there. I said, wait, what happened to the brethren? And now his whole brown texture has returned. And he's so beautiful. So he's picking the white doll over the black doll. That's all. That is all. You know, in reality. And the Sudanese sister, the sister from Sudan, said something interesting now. Here it is. She said that she's seen people sun tanning and she's seen people bleaching, like they're trying to trade places. And she don't understand why everybody just don't want to be themselves. Now, I'm going to speak from emotion here. You can say, well, yeah, you can speak from emotion, because that means you're in motion. I'm not speaking from no specific facts or no specific evidence. I'm speaking from clear emotion, where obviously the knowledge that you have helps to, fuel your emotion too. All right. Now listen to my emotional point, meaning that my whole conclusion of this is just because of how I feel. Now, I know people that we call Europeans and Caucasians, white people, that wish that they were black. I know them personally. They literally tell you, poor priest, I wish I was black. And they wish they could do this and that to get blacker. And they're sorry that they're born as a white person. Nobody ever tell you nothing like that? Now, the most I could tell a person is that I could understand how you feel, as far as black, I mean, I would love to be blacker than this. Yeah, for sure. Black. So, That's me, I'm talking now, me personally. And people consider me very dark. Oh, you're very dark. Well, not really around here, maybe when I travel. But around here, this is the tone. Well, most people, we black. You know? And some people say, well, black is not a color. Well, I'm telling you, I know black people. I know people. I don't mean like me. I mean, I know people that are the color black. You have a color black? I know people like that, straight up. You know? And I've seen 3 people in my lifetime that I would consider white. Fully white, like the white, paper white. You know? So when people argue that, you know, most what we call white people are not the color white, they are correct. That's not really the color white. You know, and most black people, that's not really the color black. Most of us. Straight up. Straight, it's just a fact. You know? But I have seen many black people in my life. Black, the color black, all on TV and so. You know, and I know I've seen three people that I can distinctively remember. 2 of them, an old woman and a young girl, and I see the 2 of them in a supermarket, one in London and one here in Antigua, and them was white like toilet paper people, straight up. I don't know if they were sick, but I know those 2 people I saw were white people. So nobody can look at me and say, oh, there's no white people. Listen, I don't care what you, maybe you never see none. But I have seen them. All right, straight up. But no, I'm just saying that, just reality, you know, so I'm just saying, so when an individual who may be becoming conscious and looking at certain things and, you know, just not feeling comfortable in being in their race, the most I could tell her, say, well, listen, if you're as conscious as you say, you must have been sent in that physical form. I'm speaking to white people now. You must have been sent in that physical form to do a specific work. Especially if you are a European, Caucasian, or a white man, any one of them terms you want to use, and you see yourself conscious to the point that you wish you were one of us, that means that your mission, just like those of us who are serious about this, your mission is to put your life on the line. I ain't tell you go kill yourself, you know. My life on the line. I put my life on the line to do righteousness and to deliver the word of truth. That's me, straight up. Yeah. And that's the standard I judge people at, you know. Not that I'm no judge like I judging, but I mean, if you say you're serious, I mean, you gotta be on them levels there. So even if you are a Caucasian and you say you wish, boy, I wish I was black, okay, well, no, you come, I don't know who you are in the spirit, you just had to be who you are here. So if you're that serious, well, go and do the work for the black then, that you love. That doing the work for the black, you know, man, is doing the work for humanity. You know, I'm very serious. That's my standard, eh? As I said, I'm speaking from emotion. But then now, if a black person gonna tell me, you know, I wish I was white, I said, what? Okay, wait, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You wish you were white? Wait, the devil getting you or what? You mad, man. You need to do some studying. So my question is now, so why the different reaction? Because the sister from Sudan said, some people want to be black and some people want to be white. You know? As if they're changing places. And she said, you know, well, you know, she don't agree with that. But then now, as I said, when I hear white people want to be black, it's as if I understand how they feel. As if like, well, boy, well, sorry I can't help you. You know, something like that. But when I hear a black person not even saying it, because many black people are saying it, but they're not saying it, but to perm your hair, but to bleach your skin, even unawares to yourself, because you've been doing that since you're 3 years old. There's a hatred of yourself within that. And in many cases, you know, it's just somebody to bring it to the person who hates themselves and show them, hey, let me tell you something that you never heard about. Let me teach you something that you've never been taught. Let me kind of debrief some of that rubbish that's in your head. Let's spend some time together. Eat some of this food. Do you know that? Have you ever heard? Have you ever seen Let me show you. And after a while, man, you'd see some of these sisters say, hey, I'm going to the salon. No, in fact, I'm going to the barber shop for the last time. I'm going to cut off this perm and then I'm going natural. Sometimes people need a little help. Don't just get too rough on the sister. You bleed fat. No, sometimes you gotta take your time, you know. People need a little nourishment, you know. I was watching a video not too long ago, man, and some brothers were kind of getting down on some sisters for that same thing about perming if the hair and the, you know, and it was a set of sisters. They were like working for a Korean man, and they were selling some beauty products or some hair products, you know. And I mean, it's foolishness. It just as the brothers were saying that, were banging on them. I feel it came hard on them. They were promoting, of course, we know what's going on with the Korean business. They were promoting the destruction. They were promoting the Willie Lynch's letter then, if you want to call it that, you know. But there was one sister in the midst of the sisters, because I think one of the sisters even went and called the police for them, you know. It was in New York. They called the NYPD, the New York police. And I think eventually the brethren them had to move. But there was one sister in the midst of them. She had a lot of hair in her head. I don't know, a lot of kind of like it looks like one of those marble cakes. And although she was defending her thing, you could see that she still kind of wanted to learn, and if she was given the chance, she would take in what you're saying if approached the right way. I could see that straight up. So this is what I'm saying. Remember, our people are robbed and spoiled. We have been scared into this. We have been hung into this, lynched into this, whipped into this, almost to death into this. So we can hate ourselves and hate our Creator and love the God of the enslaver and love the enslaver enough to want to look like him and her, to the point that we will put our whole life in detriment and take out the whole molecular structure of our largest organ, the skin. Remember, that's your largest organ. So when you have skin cancer, it's cancer of an organ. And listen, don't play with sickness, man. Sickness is not no one thing. Sickness spread to everything. When one thing sick, believe something else is wrong. When one thing is wrong, even if your eyes are getting blurred in vision, better know something else going on. It's your body, it's not your eyes, it's your full structure. Let us try our best to live clean. Let us try our best to fast when we need to fast. Take bitter herbs and clean out your structure and make sure you use the toilet at least twice a day. It's very important, even just for a clean mind. You know, even though you eat some junk, and even me, my level of junk is different than other people's level of junk. I'm telling you, if I tell you what my junk is, you say, what? Boy, I wish I could eat them kind of junk there. I've been trying to eat healthy for so long. Exactly. So what level of junk is? To me, junk is baking in an oven with a petroleum gas. To me, that's junk already. You know, but I mean, I'm just showing you that. I'm just showing you. You know, so we all understand what stage we are at, family. You know, this is why these sort of programs are important. Some people would say, I know, because some of you would even say, this is the kind of program we want, man. Yeah. Can't be always arguing about and speaking about no religion and speaking about this and that. But this is what I'm trying to show you. It's religion, brother. It's religion why people want to be other than themselves. It's a religion that taught you to wash me whiter than snow, and mean it in that literal sense. Although the allegory may have some sense. Nothing wrong with the color white, you know. We wear white on Sabbath, but just check what I'm saying. You know where I'm coming from. You know how the thing has been screwed and conscrewed to rip us away from our whole consciousness and connection to Obatala and Oshun and Ogun, everything just mash up. Yeah, so we want to be like you know, them people there, man, like Mercury and Saturn and Serapis and the fullness, Alexander the fake. We want to look like them, you know. What's her name there? Elizabeth Taylor, you know, those are our idols. Frank Sinatra, you know, dress like them. Yeah, they work on us good. So sisters, try your best, man. If you're bleaching, just stop it. You ain't gotta be conscious. Just stop it, man. You're killing yourself. Just stop it. Just you know, you're beautiful in your black skin, man. What happened to the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice? Ja, I still hold that motto there. And that's a serious science. When you see the blackness of the face of the black man and woman, man, and the sunlight, that's how I know I see black people, you know. When you see the sunlight hit them, all these little rainbows sparkling off in the cheek. Oh, give thanks to the black human being. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. Don't go nowhere yet. Remember, listen, my brothers and sisters, remember, we have ready for you the first video lecture in the video lecture series. Is Haile Selassie a Mason? As we said, it would have been ready for the 15th, but it's ready already. Is Haile Selassie a Freemason? It is an hour and a half in length, and we'll be doing, as I told you, a new video lecture every month. Every month we'll be producing a brand new video lecture where we take our time to go into specific topics with our PowerPoint slideshow presentation, so you have a clarity, not just the radio program. It's not nothing for the radio, it's not even for the YouTube. It's specifically for those who want to be a part of, you know, the number one, the subscription for our Mystic Vibration, or if you're not interested in that and you just want to purchase the video lecture every month when it comes out, that's okay as well. So the first lecture is out. That is, as I said, the is Haile Selassie Mason, and all you have to do is to contact me. You know how to contact me. Area code 12687283162. Call or WhatsApp, or email priestisaac27@gmail.com. And remember, this is an e-video. You can get it on CD as well, but e-video, all I have to do is send it in your inbox, and I can do that right now. If you contact me now and you say, well, priest, I'd like to purchase the master, not the master. Well, no, if you want the master of ceremonies, you can purchase the master of ceremonies too. Yeah, we talk about now. If you want to purchase 7, the divinity of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, you can purchase that as well. But I'm talking about now, you could purchase the brand new video lecture that we have just produced, entitled Is Haile Selassie a Mason? So if you contact me even after the program, that's what I'm trying to show you. And you say, well, priest, how could I make my payments? And I tell you how you can make your payments, and especially if it's something you can do just right there and then, I send that for you right away. You get it tonight, you know, in your inbox. It's just a click of a finger and it's right there. You and your family, or you and yourself, can sit down and watch it, and you get the good understanding now. No hocus pocus and no heaper. The straight comprehension of that question that people wanted to be answered about the whole aspect of Haile Selassie and Masonry. Very key. And again, remember, you could order 7, and you could order the Master of Ceremonies. They are available. And remember, the 17th of August, well, you know what's coming up, the Night of the Black Tiger. And next month, we have a brand new video lecture. I will tell you about that. More than likely, we'll be dealing with fairy tale, folly days, and nursery crimes, the execution. But we'll tell you as the time goes closer. But keep in mind, when you subscribe now for the Shock of the Hour radio program, Mystic Vibration, you're listening to the Shock of the Hour now. This is the Shock of the Hour. We're going to seal up now. So when this is done, those who are part of our subscription, they'll be getting the Shock of the Hour in their inbox. If you subscribe to the Shock of the Hour, that means you're going to get all the programs. I have to explain, because I mean, I know I explain it all the time, but a lot of people still don't seem to understand it, so I just gotta explain. When you order the Shock of the Hour, when you subscribe to the Shock of the Hour, not subscribe to the YouTube channel. Well, you can do that. In fact, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't nothing hard to do, but I'm showing you to subscribe for the shock of the hour. The shock of the hour is the meat of the mystic vibration that is aired every Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m. on radio and noon. When you subscribe, what happens? You get the meat. So what you just listened to a moment ago, if you have subscribed, you're going to get this in your inbox tonight or tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's program, you get it in your inbox. The next day program, you get it in your inbox. The next mystic vibration for the whole month until the month is done, you keep getting all the programs. Whether you missed them or you heard them, you're going to get them. You put them in your folder, you put them in your file. Once you've subscribed for the mystic vibration, you do not have to purchase the video lectures when they come out, and they will be coming out every month. You get them for free. Contact me. Holy Manuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari.
Yes, I know flower this on the ends, representing the flames. Yo, the one after the Honorable Priest Isaac. Some boy fi know this. Hear me now. Antigua are the place where Priest Isaac dwell. Ancient Israel, ancient story fi tell. Yes, yes. Up a Lalibela where the monk them a dwell. With them mescal them a broke evil spell. Priest Isaac is an angel. Mystic vibration is an angel. And them nah go rebel. In a Zion where we dwell. When we broke for them spell. Priest Isaac is an angel. Yes, he's my angel. His foundations in the whole mountain. Priest Isaac on the whole mountain. Him black a reverence on the whole mountain. Him chant a psalm on the whole mountain. But never hesitate for yell the king. I take a Izaro Einin. So proud yes to be an offspring. Mystic vibration of the people them a sing. Angel, mystic vibration is an angel. And them nah go rebel. In a Zion where him dwell. When we broke for them spell. Priest Isaac is an angel. Yes, he's my angel. Priest Isaac is an angel. Mystic vibration is an angel. And them nah go rebel. In a Zion where we dwell. When we broke for them spell. Priest Isaac is an angel. Yes, he's my angel. Trod on the banks of the gully. Isaac trod it through the hills and the valley. Trod it through the town, through the bloody city. Highly, 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 always with we. Highly, 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 I protect we. Highly, highly, highly.